Oh, hey, Frankie.
Frankie.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for showing up now.
That
Not while I'm in
actually
the middle
was
of a recording.
really good timing.
Come here. Hello. Frankie, look
Here's
at
a
the
question.
camera.
Do we want to
Hi.
do a Frankie, hi. All right, 5 minutes on the clock, AJ. Right now, let's talk about giving up on prospects. So, yeah, really threw you off, huh? I want to talk a little bit about when you should give up on a prospect. Sort of when you hit that point of diminishing return, they're probably not going to respond. They might, right? Like there's always that 1% chance that on the 25th touch they pick up, right? But to get there, that means that's 24 times you're reaching out and you get nothing from it, right? So I want to talk a little bit about when, sort of, what are the signs you look for to say, okay, you know what, I can reach out to them in 6 months, but for right now, I'm getting them out of my cadence, just getting them, maybe kicking them to marketing. What are some of those signs that you would look for in that situation?
I don't necessarily know if I'm looking for signs, to be honest. As an SDR, I employed the Bill Belichick school of thought here, where early is better than late. And to the credit of my cadence that I built out, I was very strict about following that cadence. And for me, that meant after that 12th touch point, if I hadn't heard anything from them, like no email opens, no response, no pickups on the phone, nothing. But I knew they were a real person that existed. That was the point where I tossed them into my maintenance cadence. And that meant that I would reach out to them every few months. I think you're talking about even extending it past that, though, and say it's been those 12 original touch points, nothing, and then maybe 3 additional maintenance touch points after that. So we're looking at basically a full 10 and a half month amount of time here. I think at that point, I would never willingly, if I know this is a good prospect that I should get in touch with, and there is a use case, and I've done my research, I'll never give them away. I'll just extend the amount of time that I bake in between touch points to maybe 6 months. Just in the off chance that maybe they'll get back to me. One email is never going to kill me to reach out to somebody. It's when you don't give up the original cadence structure that bothers me. And it's like touch point 47 over 22 days. It's like, all right, let's slow down. That's like way too many times. You got to just give them a break.
Did you say 20? Did you say 40 times over 20 days?
Hey, look, I'm not going to knock anyone, but I've seen it. I've seen people out there who go absolutely insane with their cadences, and it's just too often.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think what you're really hitting on is an important point, that it really depends a lot on the prospect, which is weird to say when they haven't said anything to you. But if you do your research, right, or you talk with your team and there's maybe a target accounts, or maybe you're using some kind of bucketing or categorizational, is that a word? System.
It is now.
It's a lot easier to make that decision, right? If you've got someone kind of in the meh bucket, whatever you call it, and you go through the touch points, even sending them an email every couple months is probably not worth it, because marketing can do the same thing. So kick it to marketing, versus maybe the same exact situation, but this is your target account bucket. That's someone you probably want to keep in your own hands, right? Because you don't.
Yeah.
Again, though, yeah, would you kick it to marketing at a certain point, even if it's a target account? Like if it's been, maybe you reach out for an entire year on sort of this nurture cadence of yours, does it ever reach that point?
I think maybe I'm weird in saying no. Like the way that you're framing this question, you're leading me to say yes, but I don't want to. And I think you bring up the point of points here, is that if I've done the research and I think that this is a viable account, no matter what, they have a use case, this is definitely the right person, there's no reason for me to give it up when I know that my personalized outreach and my the relevancy that I can bring as an SDR versus what marketing is going to do is higher quality. And that obviously depends on the state of your marketing organization too, right? Like if they're just going to toss them, if kicking something to marketing involves tossing them into a very generic bucket of nurture emails, that's not valuable to the prospect in the way that theoretically I could provide value, not to toot my own horn, but that's the idea, right? Of keeping it in the SDR's bucket. Whereas to your point, if it is a lower valued account and getting a general nurtured email from marketing isn't really going to move the needle anyways, like you might as well eat the opportunity cost, pass it off to them, and let them handle it. That's my 2 cents.
Let me throw a hypothetical at you. You've got 2 prospects, and you have to kick one of them to marketing. One of them is in your mid-tier bucket, and you've reached out for 6 months and nothing. Okay. One of them is in your top tier bucket, top target accounts, and it's been a year, nothing. Which one would you kick to marketing?
The mid-tier bucket.
Interesting.
For sure. I if it's a top tier target account, I want it. Like I want to make sure that I'm doing the work on it, right? And I trust myself as an SDR, and I hope that managers out there would trust their SDRs to do the right work rather than almost use marketing as a crutch and hope that, you know, they can do something and sure it's automated and sure it's more time sent or saving, but hope that they can do something to re-engage this account. But like, if I know it's good, I'm holding on to it for dear life. I worked for it.
That's fair. Yeah, you put a lot of work in, you're going to want to get something out of it, whether it takes a month, a week, a year,
a decade,
a lifetime.
Okay, let's.
All right, AJ, 15 seconds. Tell everyone about opt-in.
Opt-in, quick, 5-minute videos, no fluff, actionable tips. You can find us on our YouTube, on our LinkedIn, on our Instagram, and on the website, demanddrive.com.
What?
Yeah, I think that was fine. I think is a really funny way to end
a lifetime. Hey, listen, I know I've been reaching out to you about your Oracle connected apps, and Oracle isn't even a company anymore, and you don't work, you're retired, but I just need to have a conversation with you. I need it so bad.
I remember when your great grandfather and I had a conversation 70 years ago.